Welcome to today's video. Today, I'm going to take you through a 3-step process to developing more wealth in your life. Let's dive in. I've been doing a lot of coaching recently with people on different programs that I have around money and money mindset. And where I come from, I had to really work on myself a lot. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the mindset of money. And I'm also going to talk to you about the actual strategic way of how to make more and develop wealth. Where I came from, I had a lot of fear and I had a lot of scarcity around money. And money and making money is a skill set to be learned. But really, before we dive into it, I want to take a step back and make you understand that money is just a thing, but we have so much emotion and so much story built up around money. I was on a coaching call yesterday. It's a live group coaching call with Mindset Mentor University. And a lady was talking to me about how she was having trouble. Whenever she would make more money, she'd spend it. Whenever she'd make it, she would spend it. She never would actually, have more in her bank account for a long extended period of time. And I started asking her questions and I started, diving into it. And she's like, you know what? I think I might have this mindset of money is evil. And I was like, okay, where did that come from? We started talking about it. And I asked her a question, and it's a question that I asked myself as I started trying to build more wealth and make more money. And it's very simple. I said, what are your first memories around money? And she's like, I'm not really sure. And I was like, I will tell you with me, some of the first memories that I have around money. And I asked myself this question as I started to change my own money mindset. And one of the ones was that I remember, it's probably the first memory that I have around money, is I remember probably being 4 or 5 years old and I wanted GAC. And if you guys are old enough to remember GAC in the 90s, it was like Play-Doh, but kind of slimier. And I remember wanting GAC. And I remember my mom saying, we don't have money for that. We don't have enough money. And so it's really about you just starting to go through and say, what is my money mindset and how can I start to shift it? When you start realizing this, you start to realize that making money is a skill set to be learned. It's not something that you're blessed with at birth. The same way that you can go, okay, I want to get better at dribbling a basketball. Well, then I wasn't born with the skill set to be able to dribble a basketball. It's a skill set to be learned. Money is the exact same thing. Making money is not something that you do. It's a skill that you learn over time. And the first thing that I'll say before we dive into money, because money is very emotional for very people, is money does not fix problems. It will not fix any of your problems, okay? The only problems that money fixes are money problems. Sure, it allows you to become more free. It allows you to do what you want, when you want, with who you want. It allows you to buy stuff. But every single other problem that exists in your life will still be there no matter how rich and wealthy you become. Your relationship issues will still be there. Your self-worth issues will still be there. The way that you talk to yourself, positive or the negative self-talk will still be there. Nothing will change but the digits in your bank account. And that means you can do something or you can buy something. Every other problem is still there. And, for a lot of people, a lot of people think, well, when I make money, then this will be solved. And when I make money, this will be solved. Nothing ends up being solved. The only problems that money solves is money problems, okay? And the thing that you have to realize about money is that money is a game. Whether or not you want to learn the rules or not, you are in the game. Until the day you die, you are in the game of money. We have to make it, we have to buy it, we have to keep ourselves alive, we have to buy food, we have to buy water, we have to pay rent, mortgage, all of those things. You're in the game. If you want to stay ignorant of the game and not play it and not learn how to play it, that's completely your decision. And so if you realize, we were taught as children, be the tortoise and not the hare, right? Be the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race. So it's something that's done over decades and not months. And years and years and years down the road is when you're going to start to see those big returns. And then the last tip I'll give you, so that's the step 1, step 2, step 3. But the last tip that I'll give you that I have seen people really mess up with and then seen other people succeed with is to seek wealth, not status. What I mean by that is wealth is when you're able to make money, to save money, and to invest your money so that your money is making you money without you having to show up, right? If that doesn't make sense to you as far as how to get there, that's something that you need to just try to learn and try to get better at. Don't seek status. You can buy things if you want to, but don't let that be your driving force, because that's a game, I promise you, that cannot be won. To keep up with the Joneses, to try to impress people, to buy things to put on Instagram. My wealth manager, I had a conversation with him and he's like, I know people that make $5 million a year and they save none of it. So they have to keep making that money in order to keep up with the lifestyle that they have. Impressing people, keeping up with the Joneses, buying things to impress other people, all of that is just a losing game. It will only keep you in the money game longer. And so ultimately, what you want to start thinking to yourself is, how can I free myself from the game where I can keep playing if I want to? And I probably will, because I need something to do with my time. And it's also fun to me because I've found something that I'm curious about and I'm passionate about. But ultimately, what I'm trying to do is be able to remove myself from the game if I decide I want to. So ultimately, those are the 3 steps to developing wealth. And hopefully this episode allowed you to see things a little bit different as far as your perspective around money, but also how you can do it. And once again, this isn't something that you do in months. This is something that you do in decades. Slow and steady wins the race. But if you just decide that you want to do this, you will get better, you will improve, and you will be able to remove yourself from the game of money. So that's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please do me a huge favor. Share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me in it, Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. The only way this podcast grows is from you guys actually sharing it out there however you can. And so it really means a lot to me when you share the podcast for more people to find it. And that's how we learn and grow and continue to help the world improve, hopefully. So if you would do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And with that, I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission to make somebody else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.